For the past few days we have been floating around. It's the bird season, and this time we are using a floating hide to photograph the birds from a new angle. Our two floating hides at the back of our van has made many people wonder what it is that we keep in this black bag on the back of our mobile home. Keeping it in a barbecue cover doesn't help them guessing. But the two floating hides are becoming our favorites for bird photography. We have been using them now for 3 years, and we try to use them as often as we can. Assembling them is quite easy. It takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes when you have done it once or twice. We use our own camo nets on top of them because we found it a little bit more suitable for the Icelandic conditions to have a green or a light beige cover for them. But the birds don't see you really in this. It's like they're sensing you differently. Of course, they see the movement when you are in the water, and they know it's something strange there. But somehow many species don't experience the floating hide as a danger. I've had many birds sitting on top of the floating hide, and some very spooky birds like geese have come all the way up to it. Taking video from the floating hide is a challenge, to say the least. You are floating, and even though you have both of your legs on the bottom of the lake or try to be as steady as you can, it's a challenge. You're always moving around. Still, we have been able to get decent shots from it because even though we don't use stabilization, it's often possible to try to stand as still as you can, especially if there's no wind. One of the best things about photography from the floating hide is the experience. Somehow you're inside this thing, and you experience the nature quite up close and personal. All the sounds are very clear. You're very close to everything. You have eye level to most of the species you're trying to photograph, and overall it's a great experience. But you have to stay safe. It's a floating hide, and it's recommended to use a floating vest with it. There are grips on it that keep you happy if you don't reach the bottom, but it's important to stay safe.